Hi, I'm Allison, and this is Dan. And if you've been following our blog posts on sailmates.org, you know we've had a lot of adventures so far, some great, some not so great.
We've been sailing now for 2 years, and we have now just started doing a video blog. We wanted to start from the beginning, but
Life got in the way.
here we are 2 years in. This is our first video, so we've decided to go into the background of where we got started. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and here we go.
The day we met, we sat on a dock and discussed mutual dreams of sailing around the world. 11 months later, we were married. For 30 years, we lived on a horse farm in New Jersey. We raised 3 kids and were deep into equestrian sports. Dan was a polo player. I gave riding lessons and coached a sport called equestrian vaulting. We loved our farm life, but it left little time to pursue our love of sailing. We did spend the holidays on our parents' boats and had a windsurfer and a Force 5, but sailing definitely took a back burner. Things ramped up a little when we inherited Dan's parents' C&C 30. We sailed her up the ICW to the Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake was close enough we could spend our weekend on Dove and get back into sailing. Our kids were now young adults, so we had the luxury of going away for weekends and holidays. Not only did we realize just how much we loved sailing, but we finally set into motion the dream we both had when we met 30 years prior. In 2011, we sat down and made a 5-year plan. This plan involved finding a boat suitable for blue water sailing that we could afford and selling our home and everything we owned that wouldn't fit on the boat. This was a monumental task as Dan built by hand our home and our farm that we lived on for 30 years. It was the only home we knew, and it contained horses, chickens, dogs, cats, and goats. Our 3 children eagerly supported our dream. We knew it would be difficult leaving them and our first grandson, but we also knew they would visit and we would visit them. First and foremost began the process of looking for a boat. We had a little help with choosing the right boat after Dan and I went on a heavy weather training passage with John Kretschmer. John is an accomplished sailor, an author, and a cornucopia of sailing knowledge and experience. During the passage, John sat with us and helped us realize what we were looking for in a boat. He then gave us a few boats to consider. Using that information, we were able to develop a list of boats that best suited our needs. We spent the next 2 years traveling up and down the east and west coasts of the United States looking for the perfect boat. In 2015, we found a Taswell 43 and immediately fell in love. No other boat had inspired us the way Equus did when we first met her. We walked off the boat, stopped and looked back at her, then turned and said at the same time, "This is the one." We purchased Equus in Brunswick, Georgia, and sailed her up to New Bern, where she spent her first winter. The next spring, we sailed her up to the Chesapeake, where we spent a year getting to know her while waiting for the farm to sell. We had a name-changing ceremony, applied a fresh coat of paint, and made some repairs and modifications. The day finally came and we moved on board August 1st, 2017. 2 months later, we cast off the dock lines and headed down the Delaware Bay to start our adventure. Our goal is to not only circumnavigate, but also to touch every continent, meet people, and see as much of the planet as possible.
Now you know a little bit about us and our background. We decided to embark on this journey because too many people wait till later in life to pursue their dreams, and then sometimes that's too late. We didn't want that to happen to us.
We decided to quit our jobs early and go out and explore the world around us, even though that meant leaving our friends and family behind.
And since we've been on this journey, while everything hasn't always been easy, it's been so worth every second.
The sights we've seen and the friends that we've made, and just the fact that we're living our dream has made this so wonderful.
We hope to share this journey with our friends, family, and anybody else who wants to experience this journey with us.
So thanks for joining us on our first episode.
And we can't wait to see what's around the next horizon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, take whatever.
A lot.